Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim Dowd for Living with MS in Tenerife. I'm here in the Rosa Centre in Coffee Cafe, and I've just met this guy. What's your name? Where are you from?
David, I'm from here.
From here? From Canary? You're a Canarian?
Yes.
There you go.
With the Indian roots, but from here.
Cool, dude. So we are very eclectic here in the Canary Islands. We've got lots of people from all walks of life, and we're going... Do you work here?
Yeah, I work here.
Yeah, where are you working?
Just over here in the
the gold place?
Yes.
Oh, do we get discount for the wife?
Oh, yes, sure.
Definitely discount.
Definitely.
I shall bring my wife in and we'll see what we can do.
Whenever you want.
Cool, dude. And you're over here on your break?
No, not break. I just...
You just like looking at the girls?
No. I just like to interact a little bit to see how the morning is.
Cool, dude. Ladies, muchas gracias. Mille grazie.
Grazie,
Hasta la
ciao.
prossima.
Hasta la prossima. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Thank you very much for joining
See you.
And see you in the food. If you want to see yourselves, the channel is called Timothy Dowd. Okay. I'll show you in a minute.
Yeah, sure.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Turn this off. Will that be anybody down? So, I'm recording. My fault. Right, first question. Is he? Jen? I'm having a big needles and jelly spoon. Where are you from? So, what's your name and where are you from? The channel is called
Okay. Is
there anything you want to say? Thank you very much. And we'll see you on the next one. My first. Good morning, ladles and jelly spoons. It's 8:45 on a Monday. And I'm going to see the social worker. When I was up in getting my hip looked at the other day with the doctor, I said, what would happen if I had to go for an operation or something? What would happen to Chris? So she's made an appointment with the social worker to find that out. So I can't take you in with me, but I will get all the details and let you know. Cool, dude. Right, so here we are in Arminimi. This is the health centre, and this is where the social worker is. I'll just spin you around. Those are the mountains. This is the school, car park, and this is the health centre. We'll have a look around later. Right, it's nearly 9 o'clock, I better get in. See you in a minute. Well, that was interesting. Went to see the social worker and she helped me out. She gave me a lot of information. She says I can register as a dependent here in Spain, but she thinks that that might affect the dependency that I already have in Germany. And it could be that the social system will help out anyway. The only difference would be is that if I get ill and can't look after Chris, that she would be taken to a residential home, and then at the end of the month or whatever it is, I'd get the bill, and the bill is just over 2,000, which isn't bad for a residential home, to tell you the truth, but I would have to cover that. So I'd have to get the Germans to cover that. The other thing they could do is if I join the dependencia system here, then the money from Germany stops, but I get money from here, but not as much. But then they take her and it's automatic. The only thing is that you still got to pay a percentage anyway. So she says basically, if you just put the money away that you get from Germany as a security, then that's better than coming onto the system here locally. So that's what I'm going to do. She just says don't get ill. Right, I'm going to have a coffee now. See you in a minute. Okie dokie, on our way. So that was the Centro de Salud in Arminimi, which is our local health centre. They've got doctors, nurses, have your blood taken, have your bodily fluids looked after, and they also now have the social worker. Cool, dude. Whoa. As you can tell, it's very hilly. So now we're going to go back to town and have a coffee. It's only 10 to 10, so we're going to have a coffee and Anna. We'll see what we shall see. Tonight at 5 o'clock they're releasing a brand new selfie drone called the X1 Pro and the X1 Pro Max. I'm going to have a look at it. It is my birthday next month, so we shall see what we shall see. Right, we're back in the room. Just going to take you on the tour of the village. So we've got the church on the left and a new villa being built, a villa as they call it. What's going on? So we've got the hotels, of course. The one we just passed is the Cow Garden. On the left here is the Tropical Park, and on the right is the Mind Hotel. People won't go an extra 3 yards. Down the beach. See what the beach bar's doing. And here's the car park. Come to the top of the car park, get to the bus stop. She's right there. There will be steps coming down eventually. Still going. if there's any parking spots. Doesn't look like it. Not even illegal ones. They can only load and unload here, so I'm not going to chance it. I got a £200 fine there. So if I park up here, I might as well go home. Take you to the banana plantation. Let's have a look round Playa Paraíso. I can get a coffee at home. So on the right, you can see the Rosa Centre. So the outside camera ran out of battery. Because I used it the other day and didn't fill it up or charge it as they came. So I'm going to have a coffee in the Rosa Centre. We can charge it up. There we go. Now, a lot of people would turn the wrong way to get to that spot that's free. But I've got integrity. That means doing the right thing when nobody's looking. There we go. Clip, clip. See you in a bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Right, here we are in Cafe Coffee, or the Coffee Cafe. Coffee Cafe in the Rosa Centre. I've got a little time lapse going. I don't know how much battery I've got left. That says charging, but it should be okay. And I've ordered a cafe con leche and I wanted a focaccia, but she said she didn't have it. Then I ordered a croissant, and then she said, oh, we've got the focaccia now. And I said, no, I'll still stick with the croissant. So that's what we're going to have. And I'm going to have a second coffee as well. And let's see what happens. See if anybody's contacted me this morning. Nope. So, back to this new drone. I don't know whether I'm going to get it or not. It is $5.99 if you buy it today, and it goes up to $6.99 afterwards. But I reckon that it'll probably go back down to $5.99 after 6 months or a year or something like that. Or there'll be another special offer or whatever. And then I'll be able to find out whether it was any good or not. So I've already put my drone up for sale because I don't use it enough to warrant keeping a grand's worth of equipment. I've had 2 people ask, is it still available? Yeah, but they never get back to you. That's the biggest problem with the marketplace here, is people just contact you for some reason and then never contact you again. It's pretty weird. But anyway, that's another story. So I'm going to sell that, and I've also got a lot of other stuff to sell. I know I've said it before, but I'm actually going to do it this week. I'm going to get all the stuff out of the cupboards, photograph it, and I'm going to put it somewhere, but I don't know where. The biggest problem is when we go and sell something and it's outside of the country, outside of the island, it costs you a fortune to ship it, so nobody's going to pay the shipping. So that's a problem. That is a problem. So I'm hoping to find somebody here on the island that wants stuff that may be interesting, you know, may be interesting. Right, back in a minute. So coffee's arrived, croissant's on the way. We've got Medicafe, azúcar morena, brown sugar. So the colours in Spanish actually match the gender. So brown is moreno, but if you're talking about brown sugar, which I assume is la azúcar, then it's morena. Actually, I'm not sure now. Amarillo, amarilla, yeah, it is. So if it's a male something, then it's amarillo for yellow, and if it's a female something, it's amarilla for yellow. Oh, this is really good. Medicafe is quite warm, quite hot as well. It's not often it's hot. So I've got 4 minutes left on my time lapse as well. So I'll show you that now. So, ladles and jelly spoons, we've got the croissant mixer. It's with ham and cheese. And tomato? No, just ham and cheese. It looks quite nice. I'm going to take a bite. What do you think? It's only hot on the outside. Well, there we go. Quite nice. Cheers. I noticed Rick talking about him doing well in Spanish. And he asked me who I use, and I use Spanish with Paul. But that's a paid thing. It's $99 US a year. But I think if you decide to do it, you only need to buy it once. Although it is nice to buy it twice or three times over the few years just to refresh, especially if you don't live here. And if you work it out, $99 was about 75 quid. And that over a year is flumpence a day. So I really do recommend it. If you look at his free stuff online, that gives you the style, but it doesn't give you what you actually get. What you actually get with Spanish with Paul is a step-by-step, level-by-level learning bomb. It is really good. You can eat. I'm looking at my food. You learn at your own pace. You can go back to things. And the thing is, you shouldn't go to the next level until you've mastered the level previously. So that is the... If I could give you a tip, that is what I would say. Do not go to the next level until you've mastered the previous level. Because you've got to do the previous stuff without thinking that you can learn the future stuff. And as Rick was saying, you come a time when you want to say, I'd have done that if it hadn't been for this, you know? And you need to know how to say that. And there are certain patterns that you can recognize. And Spanish with Paul actually teaches you that. So, and also, in my experience, learning foreign languages, you have to learn the grammar so you can read and write. But people don't speak like that. So what you have to do is to get a confidant and learn a phrase. And once you've learnt the phrase and you learn it like a parrot, you can look up the grammar as well to find out why it's like that. But learn a phrase and then use it as often as you can. I would have had another beer, for instance. I would have had. Everybody says I would have had. Now, there is no word for had, or having something. So if I would have had another beer, you would actually say I would have drunk another beer. But in fact, if in beer, they would actually say I would have taken another beer. And the past participle for taken is, to take something is tomar, and the past participle is tomado. Potato, tomato. So you would say would have is conjugating the word to have. Haber, for instance. So the conjugation for would have is habría. So you say habría, tomado. I would have taken, I would have drunken. Otro cerveza. Otra cerveza, because the other has an A on the end, because cerveza's got an A on the end. It has to match. That's not 100% the same, but if it's female, otra. Habría tomado otra cerveza, for instance. And if I would have had, if I hadn't been drunk, for instance, if I hadn't been, how do you say if I hadn't been? If I hadn't been drunk. For English, it's dead easy, if I hadn't been. And if I hadn't been, you learn the grammar. But if you are a native, if you haven't been, if I hadn't been. So you're just saying a phrase, and that's what I mean. What is if I hadn't been in Spanish? If I hadn't been. Si no hubiera estado. Si no hubiera, I think, estado. Borracho, if I hadn't been drunk. Si no hubiera estado, I think. So, I mean, even it doesn't even run off the tongue for me, that one. But habría and the past participle, that's something that you just learn. I would have gone, I would have been, I would have worked. I would have seen. So, word for see, for instance, is bear. What's the past participle of bear? That's irregular. I think that's visto. Ah, visto. Habría visto. I would have seen. Habría lo visto? Lo habría visto? I would have seen it. That's another thing. The it and the pronouns. Then they always come differently as well. So if you're using a modal verb, for instance, the pronoun comes at the end, but if you conjugate the verb, the pronoun becomes at the beginning. There's words like todavía, which can mean all, again or still. It depends where you put it in the sentence. So Spanish with Paul teaches you all that type of stuff. And once you've got the vocabulary down, and that's a separate course, by the way, but I wouldn't buy the vocabulary course in Spanish with Paul. I would get it free on SpanishDict.com, D-I-C-T, SpanishDict.com. And they've got a free version where you can go and learn vocabulary. Just tell them what type of vocabulary you want. You know, in the kitchen, at the doctor's, in the house, at the soccer match, and it'll teach you a lot of vocabulary. And you got to learn that separately, because Spanish with Paul will teach you phrases and how to get around and verbs. But basically, they want the just turn this off. But basically, it's you need to just learn what things are. It's a table, a chair, a camera, a book, a cup, a saucer. That's where a lot of people fall down, because you learn the grammar and then all of a sudden you think, what the bloody hell's a plant pot? I still can't remember what a plant pot is. And it's nothing to do with plants. It's an actual word, plant pot. So anyway, I'll find that out. So Rick, well done. And if you want to do a Spanish where you're not living in Spain, Spanish with Paul is perfect. And you get one license, you can do it together with people. I find though that I go faster than Chris with certain things, and reading's one of them because you can't see. So basically I would get either 2 licenses if you got the money, or do opposite days, you know, with your partner, and then practice in between. All right, I'm going to finish this. See you in a minute. I just looked up plant pot. It's maceta, M-A-C-E-T-A, a maceta. So if you want a plant pot, go to the garden centre. It says, quiero una maceta. I'm assuming it's female, ends in an A. Oh, Rick was also saying that there's a lot of conjugations like I will do this and I'm going to do that. And in the Canary Islands, they got a shortcut. It's a bit like you ain't be doing that, you know. It's like a way of talking that doesn't use the conjugation of the verb. So it's he used the hablar is I speak, and hablaré is I will speak. But not a lot of people would use that in certain circumstances. They say I'm going to speak, and I'm going to is it's an extension of the word to go, which is ir, I-R, ir, and it's an irregular verb, unfortunately. So when you can conjugate ir, it's I-R, then I go is boy, which is V-O-Y, I know. So voy, and you go is vas, B-A-S, V-A-S. And he, she, or it goes is ba, or V-A, so it's ba. But it's not a hard V, it's more of a soft B. And then there's vamos and bam, we and they. There is another one which is yol, which I never learned because they don't use it here in the Canary Islands. They don't use vosotros in the Canary Islands, so I don't bother learning it. But I think it's beiß, which is German for bite. Weird. So that's the conjugation of the verb to go. Going to is very simple. You just put an A on the end. Voy a, vas a. I'm going to, you're going to. With he, she, and it, it's actually written ba-a. But they never say the second A. It's just ba. So you just got to know in the context whether you're saying he goes or he's going to. But usually in the context of the sentence, you'll know which one it is. So yeah, there's shortcuts that Spanish with Paul will teach you as well, where you don't have to use the complicated grammar. You can use a similar meaning using words you already know. So you get to the stage where you've learned all the verbs and the conjugations in the present tense, and then in the past tense maybe, and then if you go to the future tense, you can do a really, really easy future tense conversation just using going to. Have to as well. Tener is the verb to have. Tengo is I have. Tiene is he, she, or it has. Tienes, you have. And if you want to say you have to, you just put que on the end. So instead of voy a, it's tiene que. I have to. Tiene que. No, tengo que, sorry. Tengo que is I have to. Tiene que, you have to. Formal. Tienes que, you have to, is informal. Tiene que is he, she, or it as well. That's complicated because there's two ways of talking to people, obviously. Anyway, I'm not going to teach you Spanish. But as I say, there's shortcuts you can use, going to, have to, and Paul, Spanish with Paul teaches you that as well. So you can get to complex conversations really quickly. So I don't get paid for this, and I wish I did, because I recommend it to everybody. And it's $99 US, very well spent. And if you do decide to take it, let me know in the comments how you're getting on. And here's my favourite camarera. Is it camarera?
Camarera, sí.
Camarera?
Sí.
Well, what's a better word? Un palabra mejor.
No, la palabra camarera.
Sí, sí.
Señorita.
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 Señorita. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Gracias, Moreno, señor.
Sí, sí. ¿Puedo grabarte? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Hola, Andrea.
Andrea.
I'm Italian, eh?
Ah, she's Italian.
Forza Italia.
Mille grazie.
Prego.
Prego, prego. There you go. Cool dudes. Very eclectic we are here in the Canary Islands. Right. That's enough of me waffling. As I say, you can learn Spanish any way you like, but if you're serious and you want to have conversations, I really, really do recommend Spanish with Paul. And let me know how you get on. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then we're going to go back, pick Christine up. See ya. Right, Liddles and Jelly Spoons. It's Tim down for living with MS in Tenerife. We're going to pay and go. I shall see you tonight maybe on Meet Up Monday. Nobody has registered, so that means that we probably either not going anywhere or I'm going on my own. Chris said if nobody's coming, she doesn't want to go out tonight. So I'll just check to make sure that nobody's registered, and then it's either me outside or me at home. So I will be going live, but it won't be with me and Chris out and about. It might be me out and about or me and Chris at home. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informational. I'm going to do more of these now because I think I do go out a lot and have coffees and stuff and go out in the afternoons. And I realised that the lives for me is just talking to you guys. And the reason I went live was to have somebody to talk to on my walks. And now I can't walk very well. I'm sat drinking coffees and eating food. I thought, well, I might as well do a recorded vlog. So for those of you who watch live, I'll still be doing lives, and you can come and chit chat. It's like a community. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna go. Thanks a lot for joining in. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.